and welcome to our discussion this week about the flow of the real estate transaction. I am Michelle Camaioni, a real estate agent with RE/MAX Closers, and I'm very excited to talk with you about this because it's a complex process and many folks don't understand all the different phases involved in purchasing a home. So first you have the preparation phase, and this starts when you meet with your agent and you sign your buyer brokerage agreement and you get acquainted and you talk about the process. And typically the agent will help you get pre-qualified by a mortgage lender, and tell you all about the current market. And in this phase, I cannot stress communication enough. As a buyer, you need to let your agent know what your expectations are, and then you also need to find out what the agent expects you to do. So communication is key, starts at the very beginning in the preparation phase, and that's before you look at the first property. So then you're going to go into the property review phase, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get in your car and look at every property that you see, because you're going to vet properties online. There is so much great photography and videography that you will be able to eliminate some properties just by looking at the marketing materials. So you're going to look at property online, you're going to drive through the neighborhoods to make sure those are close to your work, that they have the amenities that you want, and that you'd like to live there. And then you're going to book in-person showings. So this is the fun phase, right? You're going to look at the properties and decide if they fit your family lifestyle. Once you find a property that you really love, then your agent is going to take you into the offer phase, where you're going to write an offer. You're going to learn how to review that offer with your agent before you sign it. And then you're going to be introduced to the electronic signature system that your agent uses. And then that offer is going to be packaged up in a nice, neat package, hopefully with a summary, and sent over to the listing agent. And then the listing agent typically will present the offer to the seller. Now, sometimes the seller will come back to you with changes to your offer, and that's called a counter offer. So your offer is going to be going back and forth between the listing broker and your buyer agent, and with your input, your buyer agent will be discussing all of the changes until both sides, the selling side and the buying side, are in agreement on all the terms and conditions of the contract. And then once you negotiate your way through that and everyone signs every page, then your offer becomes a contract. So you'll hear your agent say, "Congratulations, you're under contract." Once you have a contract, then you enter into the contract phase. So what that means is you're going to be making official loan application with your lender. You're going to start the inspection process to make sure that the home you're buying is exactly what you expect. Then there's going to be an appraisal that happens as your lender determines that the house truly is worth what you've agreed to pay for it. And then after you get through the inspections and the appraisals, you'll do a final walkthrough of the house to make sure it is exactly what you thought it was when you put your contract on it, and no significant changes have occurred in that 30-day period while you're waiting to close. And if you're happy at the walkthrough, then you go into the closing phase. Actually, the closing phase is going to overlap a little bit with the contract phase, in that you do have to set up your insurance, you have to get your utilities all set up, and those things do have to be done a week or 10 days prior to your closing date. You'll also have to wire your money to the title company so that you have the cash that you need to close. And of course, I'm assuming you may be setting up movers, and something you may want to consider is having the house cleaned, because the standard Maryland contract requires that the house be broom clean. And broom clean simply means somebody's going to sweep the house. It doesn't mean they're going to bring in professional cleaners or have the carpets professionally cleaned. And that house may not be up to your cleanliness standards. So you'll need to decide, are you going to hire somebody to come in and start cleaning the minute you close? Are you going to go in and clean yourself before you move? How are you going to manage that? So now you have gotten to the closing table, you are the owner of the house, and then you enter into something I like to call the post-closing phase. And this is where you really solidify your relationship with your realtor, because there should be service after the sale. Any question at all that comes up about that house, you should be calling your agent first, asking the question and letting the agent guide you through whatever direction that question goes. You want that realtor to be able to help you for as long as you own the home and beyond. And so the agent should be calling you, you should be calling the agent, and really enjoying the house and your future in that house. So congratulations, we have talked about the phases of the contract. We start with preparation, we go to property touring, we go to the offer phase, the contract phase, the closing phase, and then the post-closing phase. We hope you have found this information helpful. If you need more information, feel free to reach out to me at the information on this video. Thanks so much for watching.